Greetings friends, Jawless Paul here. We're back in Tyranny, and we just finished talking to Tunan, and he kind of gave us a quest to go and kind of investigate the two archons and figure out who among them had kind of caused the most problems and who might be an enemy of the state. So that's one of the things we're doing. The other thing that we're doing is Stirring Visions, which is investigating the spires. At the end of the last episode, we made it to the top of that first spire. Those are kind of like, those look to be like hubs, like where we can choose party members, that kind of thing. So we gotta investigate those. There's another one in Lethian's Crossing, and then another one is Into the Maelstrom. The War of the Archons has begun. Support Graven Ash's initial attempts to pacify the tears. Yeah, so we have 3 different places we can go. Let's get to a world map. I'm guessing we'll have a place to go from there. Oh, maybe there's a quest first. Okay. Blood and Mark. Welcome back, kid. Amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. Bleed and Mark, Archon of Shadows, rouses from a faraway stare, turning to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that shroud him. Here you threw your rings at Graven Ash's side. Not a bad bet to pick the Archon of War. But tell me the truth. Did you go with Ash because it seemed like the right thing to do, or because supporting the voices was a worse option? Neither Archon was at their best, but Graven Ash is a more capable warlord. What sane creature would trust the voices of Nerat? Let's see. Neither Archon was at their best. More capable warlord, yeah. Alright. The disfavored are nothing if not blindly devoted to their general, and though few in number, they are surprisingly difficult to kill. I don't have to like it to understand it. We both have our ways for turning the tides of war. All that matters is that the Edict of Execution was stayed. Those stationed at Vendrian's Well should be thanking you for their lives. Now I assume you're off to go meet with Ash, but first you and I need to have a little chat. I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you because you did something nobody has done before. Got a guess as to what it might be? The first Fatebinder to engage in war against an allied soldiers. First Fatebinder to proclaim 2 edicts. First to resolve an edict before its consequences came to pass. The first Fatebinder to awaken the Spire of the Old Walls. Evasive stance against your rhetorical questions. Let's see. Proclaim 2 edicts. Smart guess, but there have been a few others who, over the centuries, who have outlived the honor of proclamation twice. But sure, it's true that most don't survive it. Proclaiming an edict isn't new, neither is surviving or resolving commandments of an edict. But you're the first to proclaim and resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed, and woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. And now I go on your short list of people who stand out as potential problems? More or less. Mostly more. He offers you a dangerous grin. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger you're in now, and that you've put yourself on the map. Sticking with the disfavored is a smart idea, kid. At least smarter than getting mixed up with the Archon of Secrets. You'll never really be one of them, but if you value Ash's warriors, they'll serve you the best they can. Thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows shrugs to you in farewell, but his golden eyes are alight with interest as he watches you. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, Tunan's Court. Let's see, we got Vendrian's Well, we got the Iron Hearth. Graven Ash took the ancient castle during the conquest and now launches all disfavored operations from his well-defended location. 3 days, 8 hours. Sunset Spire, Mountain Spire. So I'm here now. Cacophony. Okay, I can't reach that yet. Let's go to the Sunset Spire first. It's the closest one. Lethian's Crossing. Built in the shadow of an old wall's junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kyros' conquest of the Tiers, the population of Lethian's Crossing swelled, with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound mining the iron along with their guards makes this makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kyros' armies. Briefly garrisoned during Kyros' conquest of the Tiers, the settlement was taken over by a band of mercenaries known as the Bronze Brotherhood after Kyros' forces abandoned the settlement. Okay, let's go to Lethian's Crossing. 2 days, 16 hours, 30 minutes to complete my journey. Let's do it. A group of mercenaries, members of the Bronze Brotherhood, are blocking the road to Lethian's Crossing. We'll just see about that. Okay. Should we sneak a little bit? Let's just see if we can sneak over. See what's happening. I'm guessing it's a dialogue thing rather than a... But sneaking could be worthwhile.
Sorry, can't.
I can't go any farther than that. Got it. Let's come out of there.
Can't do that.
I don't know if I'm really a stealth, based person anyway. Okay, I gotta talk to this guy. Welby. A tall woman stands here, surveying the area from a small overlook. She glances at you and immediately goes back to watching her surroundings. Welcome to Iearn Hall Trail, Fatebinder of Tunon. She salutes you. My name is Welby. First axe for the Bronze Brotherhood, though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts, then opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind, you needn't be burdened with my problems. While I appreciate you coming to me before speaking to Amon, you will need to be careful. He has of late been acting out of sorts, and any perceived slight can become a problem for the one who offends him. Choose your words with him carefully. What can I help you with? How could talking to you offend Amon? You chose to speak to the first axe before speaking to the actual first brother, the bodyguard before the leader. How could this mean anything but collusion and treason? I know I speak out of turn, but I only wish to warn you. Tread lightly around Amon. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. Welby laughs a little. We're mercenaries, plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything more. While it's true we have in recent years been a little more stationary than your typical crew, it doesn't change the fact that our services can be purchased if the price is right. The voices made an offer to assure our cooperation, and we took it. If I had known Kyros would try to have us thrown out of our home afterward, well, I probably would have still taken the rings, but I would have been a little more prepared for the inevitable conflict. Amon will try to sell you on our long and noble traditions, like we're some kind of altruistic saints who can do no wrong, but that story is as old and smelly as Grandma Beastman's tail hairs. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take a job that doesn't seem right to me, but a ring's a ring, and I will go where the money leads me. One point Amon and I will agree on is this. We did a job for Kyros, but we were not treated fairly. The Brotherhood is strong, and we have the numbers. We will fight to the last man. I just don't agree with Amon's methods. What does it mean to be first axe? I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The first axe protects and consults with the first brother. I am supposed to be Amon's advisor, confidant, and guard. Lately, his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as first act is to protect the first brother, but I am also sworn to protect the Brotherhood, and if that means the removal of Amon, so be it. He has too many supporters in Lethian's Crossing right now to speak out against him. What do I think has happened to Amon? Honestly, I couldn't speak to the cause. The stress of leadership, the battles with Kyros' forces, his night in the Old Walls, Welby shrugs. Does it matter? His behavior is endangering the Brotherhood, and he must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt by far more than a simple toll. She points south. He is over there searching corpses, looking for information I know he's not going to find. He ambushed a patrol. He's going to anger an Archon. And for what? His pride. How will you run the Brotherhood? I wouldn't waste time and resources on petty vendettas, that much I can tell you. I like battle and I like rings. And with the Brotherhood, we used to get both regularly. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. I want the disciplined regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we are treated unjustly, Radamon's methods for obtaining restitution are despicable. Sounds like you're simply a coward. If you want something, you take it. True, acting like a child when you don't get what you want is not the behavior of a leader. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. That's all for now. Okay. Let's grab something in the pack here. Vendrian Guard, Dagger. Ooh, lesser sigil of cyclical energies. Okay. Let's learn. And let's learn this one. Sweet. I didn't realize I had that. Alright, let's make a spell or two. Frost. Okay, so I've got this new one. Alter the target's armor. Cone. Icicle Storm. Projectiles. Armor penetration 5. Unleash a spray of icy shards in a cone. Each hit pierces the target's armor and deals frost damage. What does this do? Frozen Grasp. Oh, freezes them for a time. That's kind of nice, actually. Permafrost. Coat the target in a thick layer of icy armor. While protected / pierce and frost armor are greatly increased, but shock and crush armor are reduced. Okay, let's assign this. You assign that to. Let's do this. He seems to be kind of like a support guy. Okay, let's try this Icicle Storm. Let's assign this. Tidal Burst, Flash Fire, Fulmination. Or Unravel Minds. I think I'm going to do that. Overrate that for now. Okay. Tidal Burst. I've got all the
Sorry, can't.
Okay, I guess we'll go over here. Oh, I see. There are more guys over here. You must be joking. A toll? I will pay no such thing. A small figure stands before some armor-clad soldiers. His arms move wildly as he gestures in frustration, yelling at the man directly in front of him. Absolutely not. I've come through Iearn Hall Trail more times than I can remember. No one ever asked for a toll before, and I won't be paying one now. He notes you standing nearby and turns to speak. Fatebinder, surely you of all people can help me. My name is Astra, and I must go to Lethian's Crossing. I have goods to deliver. Tell this man I will not be paying a toll, to him or anyone, and he is to let me through. He folds his arms over his chest and nods with a pronounced finality. Greetings, Fatebinder. I'm sorry you have been drawn into this. What you've stumbled into here is merely a conflict of the changing times. I am Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Iearn Hall Trail is under our protection, and anyone passing through must obey our rules. If this gentleman would like passage through our land, a simple donation is required. He holds out his hands. These funds help our cause and keep Iearn Hall a safe place for all travelers. Clearly, you both can see the value in that. Aster speaks, his arms swinging around again, emphasizing his words. And who exactly is keeping it safe? You standing there with your weapons at the ready against me? His arms drop, and he turns to you again. I'm not but a traveling merchant. I have no money to spare, and I will certainly pose no threat to anyone. Keep this area safe indeed. He points at Will. You are the only threat here. Fatebinder, please talk some sense into him. Pay the 50 ring toll for Aster. Let's see. Oh boy. Interesting. This man will not be paying a toll today. Call your guards off and allow us passage immediately. Thank you, Fatebinder. You have done a great deal of good today. Aster bows dramatically. He turns back to the soldier. And you, brute, move aside and let me pass. Will holds his position and gives you a meaningful look. Perhaps you want to reconsider your stance on the matter, Fatebinder. He plants his hammer on the ground and leans on it, staring Aster down. Passage is bought with rings or blood, but I'll happily take both. I stand by my decision. Aster raises his hands in protest. I thank you for your efforts, Fatebinder, but it's not worth bloodshed. I will leave in peace. Will returns to his position and looks you over, his former genial mood gone. So a Fatebinder in our little corner of the world. Who'd have ever thought this would happen? He spits between his feet, then crushes it into the dirt with his boot. You are walking a dangerous line, Fatebinder. The Bronze Brotherhood never backed down from threats. He pauses for a moment, sizing you up. Normally I'd knock you down where you stand for threatening me, but Amon demands to see you if you came through here. I thought he was crazy saying you'd be visiting Lethian's crossing. Looks like I owe him a few rings. He shakes the pouch around his neck, making the rings inside jingle melodically. Not that there's a shortage of those out here. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? And don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. This ridiculous piece of mercenary offal requires a lesson in pain and obedience. Allow me to teach him. If you think you can get him to move, do it. Sellsword, attend me. I take it your responsibilities have been explained to you. Keep the rabble on this side of the bridge, yes? That does not preclude taking orders from your betters. One of two things will happen. Either you will let us pass, or we will simply pass. There are no other options. Whatever role you have taken upon yourself to bar our way has already failed. You succeed only in delaying our task and annoying me. Is your name Amon? Are you the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood? He cups his ear to listen. No, I didn't think so. Because he decides who crosses and who doesn't. If you have a problem with it, take it up with him. Ash, forgive me, but I can only endure so much of this fool's inane jabbering. A blur of rusted metal precedes a deafening crunch as Barrack backhands the mercenary, leaving a significant mark behind. Will rubs his cheek. Hold on, I'm just doing my job. I apologize if I offended. Amon will have my head if I let you through. There's nothing I can do about it. Amon. While you're talking to Will, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair approaches you, moving away from some men searching bodies of slain soldiers to the south. He watches you intently as he closes, his angular features pulling into a look of disdain. And here's the Fatebinder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. What brings you out where no one asked you to come? Are Kyros' dogs ready to be put down again? I won't surrender the crossing no matter how many times you try to take it. We were hired to protect this city, and we will continue to do so. No one else will have it. He glances at his men who have stopped to watch the conversation. With a start, they return to searching the bodies. Never mind, he waves a hand dismissively. I don't care why you're here. My name is Amon. I am the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. But I'm sure you already know that. I couldn't help but see you over there talking to Will and that traveling merchant. Only here for a moment, and you're already sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, aren't you? I don't appreciate others invading my territory, Fatebinder. I told him he had to speak to you, Amon. He wanted through, but I told him no. If you don't give me the signal, the Fatebinder isn't getting into Lethian's crossing. No one will invade your territory. Amon stares at Will for a few moments, lips pursed, then continues as if Will never spoke. Speaking of which, what did Welby have to say? He looks north where Welby stands, watching you both intently. Has she already started filling your mind with lies about me? She and I are going to have a chat soon. I can't have my first axe countermanding me at every turn. I know she wants my position. Watch yourself while you are a guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm around in front of him, gesturing to the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye on. If you step out of line, we will both correct you. His eyes narrow and he leans toward you. You are not welcome here. Now tell me what you want or leave. Let's see. Why are you charging travelers a toll to get through Iearn Hall Trail? I don't see how the affairs of the Brotherhood are your business, Fatebinder. Suffice it to say, the funds we receive from our tolls help us keep the lands around Lethian's crossing safe. We are owed our dues, and we shall have them. Let's see. Why is Lethian's crossing so important to the Bronze Brotherhood? We were asked to do a job, and we did it. Then what happens? Kyros attempts to eject us from our home. He makes an emphatic gesture to the north towards Lethian's crossing. By all rights, that city is ours, and suddenly Kyros wants it. Well, I intend to keep it. I refuse to leave. We've protected the crossing for years and even ensured Kyros' forces could do business here when Narat asked us to. No, we did the job we were asked, and this land belongs to us. You would do well to watch your tone when speaking to a Fatebinder. I cared not about Kyros' forces. We rebuffed their feeble attempt to remove us from our rightful home once already. I am more than happy to try again. You will find I do not cower when you raise your voice against me, lapdog. Tell me about Welby. I had such hopes for her as my first axe. The continued success of the Brotherhood should be the single most important goal for anyone who is a member. She seems to have forgotten her place. She is not the head of this band. I am. If she doesn't stop overreaching, I will have to replace her with someone who knows how to obey. I need to get to Lethian's crossing. Amon looks at you with an incredulous expression. Absolutely not. You must be crazy if you think I'm letting a disfavored sympathizer through my city. Who knows what plans you would make to undermine my authority? He crosses his arms over his chest. You have some nerve, Fatebinder. I tried to be reasonable, but you had to make it difficult. Boom. I knew you couldn't be trusted. Cad. The forces of Kyros will always show their true face if pushed. Amon retreats, calling his men as he runs. Guards, we have a snake in our midst. 2 arms. Oh boy. Okay, so that's one way to do it, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's try this one. New spell. Sounds like fun. You Titan's Touch. Barrack. And you Riv the Marrow. Oh, I see. Will. Let's take out Will. Okay, she disengaged. That's okay. No, I don't want you. Just shoot at him. Okay. You. Clash of Iron. Yeah, let's do that to get him off of him. Watcher's Judgment. Oh, you do this. You do that. Okay, and then do this again. Okay. Do the fire again. You. Okay, he's automatically doing it. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to fight. What's her name? Maybe I will. That's okay. I don't know if that was the right choice, but it's what we did.
Will do.
Come at me, great.
Okay. So this may not have been the right move, but well, it is what it is. Okay, let's go like this. Oh wait, I have to get closer, I guess. And then do this. Okay. You. That for him. You. Raider. Bruiser. So none of them are girl. I don't know. Okay. And do the ice attack. Wow, that's a powerful attack. That's awesome. Let's do this. Okay. Nice. And then this.
I never had a chance.
Okay. You heal. Did you just do it? Oh, he did. Okay.
Bleed out, you little shit.
All right. Great. So what? Is that it? Okay. Let's cross. I don't feel like I need to pay a toll. Seems dumb to pay a toll. That's just the way I feel. I don't know how many of the Bronze Brotherhood I have to defeat. Probably a lot of them. What's up here? Anything? Doesn't look like anything. Okay. Sunset Spire. Lethian's Crossing. I still want to go. But now we're going to be on the bad side of all those Bronze Brotherhood people. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, friends, I think we're going to call it right here. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Take it easy.